All right, gangsters. We're back. We're back with another week 12 full breakdown.
Shaking, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Rob of the Finest, and I'm all right.
You got Brian the Finest.
Yo, we got two Finest Brian's double sandwich coming at you. It's like a Brian squared.
Brian squared.
Basically, we got a nice little lineup this weekend.
Yeah, we got a nice little lovely Thursday Turkey Day treat.
Yo, we got gobble gobble 3-strike turkey, baby. Let's get it.
We got the Buffalo Bills.
Yo.
Facing up against the always playing on Thanksgiving Day Lions.
They always play on Thanksgiving, right?
They literally play every year.
That's terrible.
Josh Allen,
Got
18 points from last week.
He's got that little right elbow stinger, but we don't think it's a factor.
Still questionable.
He's gonna play.
I'm sure he's gonna be questionable for like the whole year because of that.
That right elbow.
Yeah. But on a lighter note, Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, not their usual numbers, but they're on the field play phenomenal.
Gabe Davis definitely had a little wide receiver 3 action low with 5 and 68, no touchdowns. He did have 7 targets, so he caught most of those balls out there. So
pretty sure he caught a onesie too.
I'm pretty sure he did too.
Yeah, pretty sure he caught a
sick onesie. Devin Singletary, man. I'm gonna start him this week. I like the way he's progressing, man. He had 9, 17, 19 against Detroit.
Yeah.
Who just held down Saquon Barkley,
I think
though.
Justin Bartholomew has a real shot at these playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, and I think that, I'm going to try to help him as best I can. And
100%.
I think that, moving forward, I think that Devin Singletary is a good start for him.
I like Devin Singletary. It's a definite good start. So
Especially
if you
with
have
the Josh
him,
Allen
you should have.
injury.
Yeah, 100%.
It's definitely going to take a lot off.
Exactly, because if you saw Josh Allen's numbers, he didn't throw for over 200 yards. But what happened was they relied more on the run game as per his elbow. But now it's going to get a little bit better. But do they trust Singletary more? I think they do. Shows the last 3 weeks that they've been trusting him a little bit more.
So odd that they just randomly throw in the back too. Like they'll be like, all right, Devin Singletary, you get like 90% snaps, and then 5% James Cook, 1% Nyheim Hines. It's like I don't even get it.
Well, whatever they're doing, it's working.
Yeah.
So I mean, who am I to judge?
It's just so frustrating with the running back play at this point.
Can we talk about that kicker? Yeah. Wow, 23 points. Kickers had a great week this week.
Yeah,
we're gonna get
Dawson Knox even had a nice game too, 14 points.
Yeah, man.
You can't be mad at 14 points, especially when the guy, he's catching pretty much everything that goes his way. He's getting, a shitload of targets.
That's a fact.
I believe in this Cleveland game he got 7 targets for 70 yards. That's great. He definitely helped out significantly with Buffalo. But on the other side of that football, my friend,
they got the Detroit Lions, who had just beaten the New York Giants, coming off of a hot win, a devastating loss for the Giants. They came out 32-17, some bullshit like that.
Detroit's playing spoiler.
Yeah, they're killing it out there. But you know who's not really killing it for me? Jared Goff, this quarterback. The Lions have been way more of a run team than they have a passing team. Jared Goff only threw for 165 yards. He threw 26 times and completed 17 passes.
Yeah.
Scored you 10 points, 25 points. For me, he's nothing to hurrah about because, they're on the run game.
Absolutely.
So Jamal Williams, for that fact, look at him. 26 points this week.
All of the running backs, Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift, Justin Jackson, all 8.
Yeah, they all did their thing. They got their projections, especially Jamal Williams. He destroyed his.
Justin Jackson got beyond his prediction. He got 11.6.
Yep.
His average is 3.6 points.
Yep.
It's terrible. For total, he has 36 points on the season.
You know how many rushing touchdowns there were yesterday?
How many?
4 for Detroit.
Really?
Jamal had 3. Swift had 1.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Swift had 1.
Holy that's crazy.
The run game over here is just it's they've definitely transitioned it.
They had no choice.
Yeah, they have to.
Their line is not hitting, and it's just not it.
No. Talk to me about St. Brown.
Can't.
You can't hear?
No. Need a little loud. There we go. Now I can hear it. Yeah, there we go.
Talk to me about St. Brown, man.
Yeah, it's been frustrating as a fantasy owner. First 2 weeks of the season, I've been saying this a lot, but first 2 weeks of the season, great. After everything is just no. Like 15 points is not cutting it. As a starting wide receiver, trying to in a 12-man league, very competitive, high
Yep.
PPR league. It's been frustrating, man. Obviously, I'm still starting him because his ceiling is high, but
The ceiling's very high on him.
I've officially my fantasy league I've checked out of. I'm official. Like I still maybe have a chance, but I'm pretty sure it's a dub for me.
As it is for me. So, anyways, the next man up in that wide receiver was what was it? Khalif?
Josh
Khalif
Reynolds.
Raymond. Khalif Raymond.
Oh, he was
I
next
was
up
talk-
in there.
Oh yeah, because I was talking about for last week's like point wise.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's the other one.
Josh
like,
Reynolds did
so,
nothing.
do,
Yep,
so,
yep,
so do we like Khalif Raymond, or was this a flash in the pan?
I mean, yeah. I say yeah. As long as DJ Shark and Josh Reynolds are questionable, look for that Khalif Raymond to be like a secondary guy.
He is
there.
getting 3 to 4.
And he's fresh legs.
Bro, he's getting 3 to 4 targets a game. This past week, he got 7.
Yeah, I imagine this is
Trending
gonna
in an upward
be
form.
Yeah, I imagine that's going to be an uptick for them.
100%.
Yeah. And let's see what they got. I mean, they held off a very very good Giants team. I don't care what
Yeah,
many
they did.
the Giants haters want to come out for me. That's fine, but it's the truth. And even though the Detroit Lions are terrible, they still are a competing football team.
Yeah, 100%.
So Buffalo is just also, same game, just a different name.
Question, did Buffalo versus the Vikings, correct? This past week? Who'd they verse? Or did they win? That's the real question. I think
The
Buffalo.
Vikings lost. They got
They faced Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm talking about who faced Buffalo.
Buffalo. I'll tell you right now. Hang on 1 second.
I was just looking at that sheet.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
bet.
You're absolutely right.
Why am I drawing a blank?
As soon as I say it, you're like, oh, that's right.
Yep, 100%.
They play Cleveland.
No, Cleveland.
I was just gonna.
Oh
say.
yeah, and they won that by 3.
Yes, they did.
Okay. All right, that's all I wanted to know.
The Joku only had like 3-7 on that game. Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay, so basically the parents are coming home to Buffalo. Well, they're coming back home to face Buffalo. All right, so speaking of this next game here, we have our second of the 3 games for your gobble gobble Turkey Day football shenanigans.
Tell 'em
You know
what
what
we
I'm talking
got.
about? We got the Giants
Ooh,
traveling to Dallas.
let's go.
Divisional matchup, big division matchup. This game holds implications of second place right now.
Yeah.
This is what it is. And if you guys had looked on our LIFFT TikTok, we had said in our start sits that Daniel Jones was a start. Or if you logged into the IG account, you saw that Daniel Jones was a start. My man had 33.45 points last week.
Yep.
Threw for over 341 yards.
Yup.
Crazy. And he only threw 44 times. 1 touchdown on the day.
And even ran. He ran in one.
Yeah, he did.
He even ran in a touchdown with his feet. Daniel Jones, 33 points.
Danny Hot Wheels.
He actually rushed in that game, 7 attempts, 50 yards.
Yeah, bro, crazy.
Let's
Crazy.
go. You
Crazy.
know, I love that. We love that kind of play out of Daniel Jones. Is it going to lead him into this week, though?
Can I be honest with you? Last week, Saquon Barkley,
Yeah.
because he only had 7 points. First of all, how does Detroit stop Saquon Barkley?
Barely.
Oh my God, that was a great one.
Saquon barely.
Barely any points, 7 points.
Jesus.
You know who outran him?
Who?
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones had 50-somewhat yards. He only had 22 on the ground, 13 in the air.
Oh my God! At one point, Daniel Jones had more yards than Najee Harris.
Oh
So
my God.
anything is possible.
Yeah, and we had a great game with Wan'Dale Robinson, but he ends up going on IR. So we are going to be looking at Darius Slayton as the next man up in this Giants offense, man. Yeah, I mean,
And Marcus Johnson.
you know what?
No idea.
You know
who
what?
He is,
I'm going to say it again because you reiterated it in the beginning of the year. Richie James. I'm going to say Richie James actually does something better this year. Even though he's questionable, let me see what this really is before I dive too deep into this. With a knee injury, listed as a non-participant in Monday's practice. So we'll have to check in. Keep update with us with LIFFT. We'll keep you guys updated with that. But if anything, if he doesn't go, then Darius Slayton, I believe, is that next man up.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And if not him, Isaiah Hodgins, or whatever his name is.
I like that.
I don't know if I completely butchered his last name, but I may have. If I did, I apologize. But last week he got 3.9. Not big volume, obviously. He was pretty much looked at 3 times, caught all 3 of his targets for 29 yards, and that's what led him to that security. But with the loss of Wan'Dale Robinson creates uncertainty. Who's it going to be? That's what we're looking at.
Well, especially if
It should be Galladay. He's the most talented non-point scorer on the team. I don't get it. It's like he just doesn't either care or doesn't want to be a part of this team. I don't know what it is.
He only got 4.9 this week, so it's like kind of if you really look at his all over production, it's like it's trending in the right direction, but is it too late?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you paid this guy 4 years for whatever the fuck you paid him. I think it was a couple mil. I don't think he was worth it, but again, who knows with the reemergence of Odell Beckham Jr. now.
Yeah.
I believe he's going to the winner of this game. Like, whoever wins this game, he's going to the winner. I guarantee it.
Like Kenny Galladay's average points this season is literally 1.52, and he has literally scored how many points this season? This is how terrible this is. Oh my God! Literally 9.1 on the season.
And that was in week what? Fucking maybe 1, if that.
He got 4.2 week 1 and week 11 4.9.
He's terrible.
Oh my God.
Straight terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible. They definitely getting rid of him. Oh man.
Facts. But let's flip over to the other side. Them foes over there. One of my co-hosts' favorite motherfucking teams, the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott.
Coming off a stellar game.
Yeah, man, very impressive. Took out the Minnesota Vikings. My man threw for 80 yards.
Yeah, they had Micah Parsons rocking all the chains.
You know how many yards he ran for? 109. 109 he ran for. And you know what? They didn't have to do it through the air because PP Lamb only got you 9.5. Terrible.
Yeah, but Tony Pollard, though, can we speak on that man for a second? Because that man not only got 15 attempts for 80 yards, but he also caught 6 passes for 109 yards and scored 2 passing touchdowns.
See?
So let me talk about that for a second. Tony Pollard, I believe, is the lead back over Zeke at this point. My perspective, not reality, but that's what I think is really happening, especially with that question mark next to Ezekiel Elliott's name.
So with Ezekiel Elliott, I believe 100% what you're saying, that it's 100% a 50-50 split going down the middle. I'm sorry. Tony Pollard should have been the back. But going down the middle at the running attempts, Ezekiel Elliott also did catch 15 running attempts. But he didn't be as productive. He had 42. He had 2 touchdowns, and he had one catch. So, yeah, Tony Pollard got him in the catching game, and Tony Pollard was way more explosive, which it should be his backfield. But, Jerry Jones isn't going to shy away from his 7-year fucking star player. It's not going to happen.
No.
But, again, having both of them on the field is a must start.
Yeah.
100%. It has to be a must start.
I agree. I mean, obviously, if you have him, you're definitely going to start him, guys.
Yes.
But, I mean, as time has been going on, and this isn't just of recent. This has been every time that Ezekiel Elliott has gotten into trouble. Tony Pollard has been there to answer the call, and he's been doing it now for a little bit. So I like that they didn't just immediately say, "Nope, Tony Pollard's our guy." They've been using the best of both of their attributes, and I love it there. Dalton Schultz, the tight end play for them has been a little lax and inconsistent. At times more so than others. It really depends on the score of the games on who he really has been throwing to. I noticed that when they were down by some points, they'll sling that rock down the field and get it down there to their CD Lambs or whomever. Their goddamn kicker, though. If one thing that he
God
got back, he
damn.
had 27 points at one point.
God damn.
Yeah. Final 22.
Oh
Jesus.
my God.
What 4 for 4?
What a man.
Yeah.
What a man. That's
All
someone you
around
want
was
on your
nice.
team.
You know.
As far as wide receiver starts in here, CeeDee Lamb, that's maybe it. I can't say Michael Gallup because that's like lower than wide receiver 3 numbers, so I'm not going to say him.
Yeah.
But we are going to start our 2 running backs and Dak.
I say both the running backs and CeeDee Lamb.
And if you have that defense, you can't be stupid.
Yeah, no.
You got to start the defense.
Yeah, I'm starting them no matter what. I'm not gonna give you guys the ones that are obvious, but the ones that I think that you might want to kind of I'm gonna chime into. But those ones are kind of self-explanatory. Like you guys know at this point, Tony Pollard is definitely getting a start if he can go. CD, Dak, all them, they're all going. As far as that's concerned.
Yep.
The uncertain ones would be like their kicker. Like I would have never guessed that he was going to score 22 points.
Never.
But moving forward, we got the New England Patriots playing the lovely Minnesota Vikings. But I don't know how lovely they are after they got their ass beat by Dallas.
I don't know. Well, hopefully Icy Kirk can harden back up and get the goddamn ball down the field because that was terrible performance. He had no one to throw to.
I know he's gonna have just as much trouble. I think with this defense, the Patriots have been balling on defense.
Yes,
they're literally the number 1 ranked team. They're averaging 10.39. They're literally, scored 21 points last week alone. Week before that, they were on a bye. Week 9. They did 28 points. They've been on a hot streak since week 1, but pretty much in the last 3 weeks of the season so far, they have just been doing their goddamn thing.
That's a fact. And you know who else has been doing this thing? Ramondre Stevenson, man. He capped over 82 scrimmage yards this past week, 15.7. Got you a nice little lovely. He's been on a tear. Bro, he's been on an absolute tear since week 3. 21 points throughout every other week except for the 4th week and the 9th week. But those were still 17 and 14. This past week he had 15 as a game. The 3rd game lower in the 20s. But still, Ramondre Stevenson, man, this guy is just...
He's been effective in both the passing game. Six receptions, 56 yards. He's doing it in both the passing and running game. We love it.
Yep. And what's his name? Mac Jones too, man. 23 for 27, 85 yards and I'm sorry, that was a pass percentage. 246 yards in the air. My man carried it for 3 yards. I like it, man. He threw for over 240. Got you 15 points. The touchdowns, I know they love Ramondre Stevenson, but I think Mac Jones is like a deeper flex. Not like a 12-man. I wouldn't start him, but he's all right. It's not a bad look for you.
Yeah. I honestly feel the opposite about Mac Jones. I actually don't like him. I feel like he hasn't been really too consistent with them. You're right though. In a 12-man league, definitely have to pass on him.
Yeah, can.
In a 10-man league, you wouldn't be picking him up.
No.
But I'm sure in like these keeper leagues or the leagues that are like where you have to, there's more people in them. I'm sure that some people would have had to have picked him up, unfortunately. But I don't really see much value as far as their offense really concerns, as far as fantasy value.
No.
Outside of their defense and Damian Harris.
And that's realistically
and
it.
Ramon Stevenson. They're the only real ones that I see have any point value.
Until they get that passing game going with Mac Jones, we could realistically see a drought within the wide receivers getting a touchdown. Jacoby Myers isn't getting it done. Jonnu Smith is all right. He's getting it because he's a tight end, but he's getting some love. He scored 8.2, which is decent for a tight end. So you could trust him. But Myers, fucking Devontae Parker, Aguilar Nelson. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna really trust all these
I'm a
guys.
no-go on these guys.
No.
Last week, the receiving core really didn't do much,
Nope.
and I don't think that against this Minnesota team they're going to have much of the same luck that they had last week. On the other side of the ball, though, with Minnesota,
Jerk Cousins.
Yeah, they fell short this week, and that's fell short is like an understatement on what the Dallas Cowboys really did to this offense.
Straight jerk team,
Yeah.
bro. I hate these people.
If you started Kirk Cousins, I am so sorry if you needed that because he let you guys down, hands down.
You know what he did for me in my
Including
work
Justin
league?
Jefferson.
Destroyed my work league. I'm no longer in first place.
Yeah, their whole team pretty much.
Sick.
I'm not really not much to talk about in here. You know, you're probably going to start some of these guys already. Unfortunately, you have to.
Yeah,
and they're gonna
you're
have. I
going to.
look for them to have maybe try to have a bounce back week. I think they do better than they did last week.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson. Like, you guys know, like, come on, they're elite starters. Like, you're going to start them. TJ Hawkinson, he's a great guy. He scored 8.4. That's great tight end numbers right now. We just talked about the guy on the other side of the ball over there. You know, like, so you're going to start these guys. We don't really have to get into all of them, but...
I mean, if you guys could name someone on the waiver wires that would be beneficial for you to start over them, I'm all ears, but I don't think you can.
Basically. So, who do we... Let's break it down really quick between all these three games before we clock out of this. And let's see who we like at all the three games.
Okay.
So for the first game, we had Buffalo and Detroit. Who do you like in that game?
Honestly, I like Detroit on Thanksgiving. They always ball out.
You know what? I'm going to go with you on that. I like Detroit coming in that game. The Giants and the Cowboys.
Oh, man. I'm going to go... Got to go with Cowboys, man. Their defense has just been hitting. And I think that this go-around, I think they have a better game against the Giants.
I'm going to go with you on that as well. I'm going to say the Cowboys take this one, and the Giants suffer another loss. Let's go to the night game. We got the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings. Who do you have?
I got to be honest. And if their offense can look to find some points, I would say the Patriots. But unfortunately don't think that's going to happen, and I think Minnesota has a bounce-back week.
I thought you were going to say Patriots. All right, I'm going with Minnesota Vikings too, so at least we're on the same page with this. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's break down our 1 o'clock games going forward on our Sunday slate. We got Tampa Bay, and they're taking on Cleveland.
Nice.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Tom Bridle. Tom Brittle. Can we call him Tom Brittle? Getting older out there, man.
Tom Brittle.
Tom Brittle, man.
They're coming off a nice bye though, so they got their rest. They probably got their sunbathing in. Their spa day. They probably got pampered. Hopefully they're ready to bowl because I want to see this team hitting because they got a lot of stars on this team, and I just have not seen the production that what I feel should be there.
Exactly.
Like, you got Julio Jones, you got Godwin, you got Mike Evans, you got Fournette, and Rashad White, and Cameron Brate, and Russell Gage, and what the hell is going on over there?
So, let me just break this down in the running game really quick.
Talk to him.
So, Leonard Fournette and Rashad White, you guys wouldn't believe this, but they're doing a 50-50 split with them.
That's what I'm talking about.
Rashad White is like creeping in, bro, and he's getting those opportunities that we like to see running down the field. So with Leonard Fournette being questionable, he has a little stinger in his butthole, it doesn't even say here.
Oh my god!
Doesn't even say.
It literally says stinger in the butthole. That's the craziest
stinger
part.
in the butthole. He's butthurt. That Rashad White is getting more touches than him. And you know what? God, I let him take the wheel because of that shove that he killed that dude with, sent him into the abyss. I like Rashad White and Leonard Fournette this week.
I agree.
What about Mike Evans? He must be a lineup lock.
Yeah.
Definite lineup lock. Chris Godwin.
Again, name better players on the waivers, and I would love to hear your argument, but there is none. So
yeah, and
you're starting him.
So coming off the bye, we love Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is going to be beating Cleveland.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But you can't count him out though, bro, because Jacoby Brissett did have a fucking game, and you know what's really funny? So on the waiver wire, because I played one of my co-hosts this week, so. When I picked up Russell Wilson, I was actually going to pick up Jacoby Brissett. I was like, Jacoby Brissett's probably going to do way worse. I was like, nah, I don't want to get like a too shitty player and then have it and then it's like, why would you start him and not Russell Wilson? You know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson's higher on the list. So I'm glad I didn't actually start him because, boy, did he ball out.
Yeah.
38 points. Jacoby Brissett. He threw for 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, carried the ball once for 7 yards. Bro, we love that. Jacoby Brissett going forward.
Not good, man. Deshaun Watson next week.
Deshaun coming back week 13.
Yeah, we're gonna be going live next week. There's gonna be a very, very big debate we have with this because there's a lot of like where we both were kind of having like an argument. I wouldn't say an argument, but more of a heated debate on why about that. And we're gonna be dropping a clip shortly next week about that, and you guys will get a little snippet on it, and we're gonna briefly talk about that.
We might even have to go live.
I'm down.
We might even have to go live and debate this shit
totally
with
down.
everybody because this is going to be too big of a topic. If the Cleveland Browns win this week and they ball out, I'm going to be pissed. But again, they lost last week, so I mean, they're heading in the downward trend. Deshaun Watson looks like he's going to fucking play. So if you don't have him already, scoop him up. Your running backs, man, Nick Chubb, 11.1 points this past week.
Yeah, I like these two running backs, honestly. I like the Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb. They
just had a bad week.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. It was pretty much they were down a lot, so they had to play from behind. So your Amari Coopers and your Njokus and your People Jones are the ones that really kind of started, had a little bit more uptick.
See, I'm gonna hold off on Kareem Hunt starting him this week against Tampa Bay.
Why so?
So I think Tampa Bay's run defense is good. It's been decent pretty much all year. They're not in the bottom half of the defense at all. My only problem is with Kareem Hunt that he really hasn't been producing as far as everything. So his numbers here read off right just before the bye week, 2 weeks before the bye week, right? He had 5 carries, 11 carries, okay? Mm-hmm. He had the bye, then he had 6 and 5. Okay, he's not getting any pass. He's getting 1 to 2 passing receptions, and his scoring is going down, 12 to 3, back to 7. Against Tampa Bay, I don't think he's really going to do much. So I think this is more of the Nick Chubb show over here, but I do like Kareem Hunt. I just don't know why his production is where it's at right now.
Yeah,
it's something we don't.
I think it's just a combination of multiple things. Just playing behind and needing to
throw the ball out
throw
more.
it. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Playing from behind really going to force your hand.
Yeah, 100%.
And at that point, you're not really going to see these certain stat lines. Now, unfortunately, like if they had the clock and they were controlling games and they were leading, this would not be the issue here.
No, and especially with coming off of that performance that they had. Amari Cooper, 8 for 113, 2 touchdowns, 12 targets. He had 31 points in the game. So that's where the ball is going. It's going in the air more.
Yeah, Amar's been balling too, man. Him and Jacoby Brissett have had.
He's ranked he's ranked number 10 right now. I would have never thought that. Out of all the wide receivers, he's ranked number 10.
I love it, man. He's 31 points, man.
Yeah, and same thing with Donovan Peoples-Jones. I love this guy. I've been preaching him for like 3 weeks. He's been on the waiver wire for like 2 weeks, man. This guy is like, look, I'm telling you, bro, he's going to be your league winner. If someone wants him, 11, 12, 14, 17. He's just being so consistent. He's getting more targets each game, more yards. He just got a touchdown against Buffalo. They're going to have to pass this ball. And Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones, I think, are must-starts easily, I think, going forward. And I think it's going to be tough, but I think it's going to be a closer game than I actually think. Because, again, Tom Brady's Tom Brady. He's not going to ball out like he was with the New England Patriots. So,
Yeah. I completely agree. I don't see that being I think they're going to have a little bit of an obstacle here.
100%.
But anyway, moving forward, we got the Bengals traveling down to Nashville, Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans.
Joe Busy, baby. 41 points.
Yes, sir.
My man threw it out there, 355. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the day.
Yep, completed 24 of 39 passes for 355 yards and 4 tutties. He did throw 2 tipped interceptions, but was sacked twice. So keep that in mind, though, too, that he did have those going on, but still prevailed.
They're not playing the the fucking Steelers, they're playing the Tennessee Titans,
Yeah.
who hopefully shouldn't get the Joe as much as the Steelers did.
Joe Mixon. We're gonna want to keep an eye on this, folks.
What happened to him?
Concussion protocol. A lot of people are saying to pick up Samaje Perine. Pirine or whatever his name is. He is on most people's waivers.
Yo. After he left the game, Samaje Perine came in
31 points.
Bro,
How do you not pick up a guy that does that? Anybody that can do that off the bench.
And you know what's funny? We loved Joe Mixon when he came in because this is Joe Mixon's role right here.
Yeah, definitely Joe Mixon.
He carried it for 11 times for 30 yards, caught 4 passes for 52 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That was Joe Mixon's role when Giovanni Bernard was back in here. Now Joe Mixon got the start. You get the Samaje Perine.
Giovanni Bernard. Oh, my God.
Right?
Jeez.
Crazy. It's crazy. And you know what? Does it say if he's going to go or not?
Honestly.
Oh, they have a Sunday game, so he might clear. What I think it's 5 days.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He'll clear Saturday. He'll do a walkthrough, and then Sunday he may play. So it's possible he plays. But again, I would pick up Samaje Perine as a big handcuff, especially now you only have 4 weeks left in your fantasy season if you're playing on an ESPN league. So what that means is get your players up when you can.
Honestly,
and
bro,
start preparing for the playoffs.
Smart, I mean, I would hold Mixon. If
I would.
I mean,
I would too.
I would put Perine in if he could. If they could get, because it's not like you're losing with Perine, man. The guy balled. He did 31 points for Christ's sake. He obviously can ball. But I know Joe Mixon's the starter, so you got to force that in there. But
yeah, 100%. Talk to me about T. Higgins. Man,
23 points.
Love it.
Yeah. He's doing good things for my buddy Justin. He basically caught 9 passes for 148 yards on 13 targets in Sunday's win. It took him a little quarter to warm up, you know, but once he got going, he was nearly impossible for the Steelers to have anything to do with. He briefly left the game. Yeah, he landed hard, I guess, on what did they say? His hip, his right hip before halftime, and returned and played in the game. Unlike Rondell Smore.
Yeah, Rondell no more.
Yeah, Rondell
basically.
no more.
You know who else I'm not liking on this team? Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
You gotta avoid him in all your goddamn lineups, because let me tell you, 6.2 points.
Yeah, he does.
Where was he?
He served zero purpose in this.
Carried the ball twice, didn't catch the ball once. He had 7 targets. That's crazy. He didn't catch the ball once. But speaking of wide receiver love, Jamar Chase is coming back to practice for Monday. Nice. So they have his projections up as 19 points. I hope they sit him this last week, because if he does take another bump, I'm going to be sick.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sick going forward. So I hope they hold him off. But if he's good enough to play, you know, by all means, and if he does play, you're going to play him.
Of course.
And you're not going to, I wouldn't be too heavy on T. Higgins then.
Yeah.
No. So then T. Higgins would be my flex spot at that point. So.
Yeah, I like him better anyway. I don't like Boyd.
Yeah, no.
At all.
Taylor Boyd.
I think Boyd is shit.
Boyd is shit.
And that's just my personal opinion.
He's shit.
But on the other side of the ball, they have other problems that they need to contend with. Like the big, the bad, the ugly Derrick Henry. Oh my God, is that boy nice?
That boy balls, man.
30 points.
He's the number 2 ranked running back right now in the NFL.
Hands down.
28 carries for 87 yards. He had one touchdown on the ground, 2 receptions, 45 yards. Derrick Henry, start. What do you want me to say? That you don't automatically know. Start.
Automatic.
Start.
He's the only one on this unfortunate squad that I would start.
What about Austin Hooper? Was that a fluke showing?
I think so.
You think it was fluky?
Yes.
You smell fucking
But
fish
at
because
least
it was
he's
so
catching the ball
fluky?
more than I could say for everybody else.
He's getting
Treylon Burks though, he did okay.
Yeah, Treylon Burks did all right.
18 points, not bad. You know, Robert Woods 12 points, but I have more. Like I expect more from Robert Woods. He's held at a different
veteran.
standard, and yet he's not. He's playing as if he's done.
And he's not.
Yeah, like I guess some players are okay with playing like the assistant role, knowing that they're gonna only get like
knowing
5,
that these
6,
young
7,
guys are
8
going to be
targets,
the speedsters out
and then
there,
everybody else is gonna get like 13.
and he'll just play the slot.
Yeah, and it's like really.
Come on.
Yeah.
You're going to let Westbrook come out again?
Yeah,
You're going to let this
basically.
guy shine and grind, even though he didn't really do that this week?
But it again, like I said, you're locking Derrick Henry. That's the only one I would, in my opinion. If you have other people that you're starting on there, that's awesome.
Yeah, great for you.
I'm just giving. This is our show, our perspective,
Yep.
and what we think. Literally from the numbers I see here, I'm telling you that Derrick Henry is the only person I would start here.
Yep, basically.
Oh man.
Going into this next game, we got Houston versus Miami. I don't really know if there's much to say with Houston. And going forward, I don't know if we really should be talking about Houston as much as we want to, or as much as we.
Nah, we're gonna eventually start closing in on the playoff contingency teams
Yeah, because
and
this
games
is
only.
because Davis Mills is not even going to be. Oh no, not Davis Mills. Who was the other guy? They had another. Okay. So Davis Mills. I just read a post that I'm pretty sure Ian Rappaport cited from Ian Rappaport that they weren't going with Davis Mills this week. They were going to go with Kyle Allen as quarterback. So they're going to have a quarterback change, correct?
Okay.
Now Damian Pierce. Let me talk about him really quick. He's been on such a downward trend since after his Week 5 bye. 17 points, 15 points, 16 points, 13 points, 4 points. Big downward. His carries are going down.
Yeah.
His targets are like still mediocre. 2 targets,
Well,
3 targets
I feel like
a game.
that's just going from them just trying to shake things up. They're just trying to do whatever now.
They're-
They're going to be like the team that's going to be running fake punts.
Yeah, they're going to
onside
try
kicks,
everything. Like
randomness.
like Brandon Cooks, 10 points. What do you have? Fucking 6 targets, 3 catches for 70 yards. I mean, he doesn't even want to be over there.
yeah,
Nico Collins.
they have terrible quarterback play.
Yeah,
They need to figure that out.
yeah. They need,
They picked up Eno Benjamin.
which
I don't know why. Don't know why.
Yeah.
They have Damian Pierce, Rex Burkhead, Eno Benjamin as their running back, and I don't understand why they have those guys.
do we think maybe that they're prepping Eno by
Well,
not playing him
I
to
figured-
take a 50-50 role from him?
I mean,
'Cause he's
Rex
kinda fallen.
Burkhead ain't it.
No, Rex Burkhead's not it.
He's not it.
No, he's not it, bro.
He was not a good answer.
He's
for
not that
Damian
guy.
Pierce.
He's not that guy, pal.
No, he's
No.
a relief guy that you bring in for a game or two. That's it.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't.
it.
He's not a permanent
Nope.
week to week guy, in my
No.
opinion.
Hell no. But you know who is a permanent guy?
Talk to him.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Yes, he is. He will always be a start for me. And
Rest of the season.
yeah, him, Tariq Hill, Jalen Waddle, must starts, hands down. Don't argue with me.
He's
Just
thrown
do it.
before the bye 285 yards, 3 touchdowns in the air. He had a carry, no yards, but he scored 34 points.
Yeah.
35 points. Guys, Tua Tagovailoa, start him. Miami's on a hot team. They're coming off the bye now, fresh-legged.
Hot boy summer.
In the
they're
back,
saying.
yeah, in the back half of this damn season, they got Tyreek Hill, monster. They got Jalen Waddle, monster.
Yup.
How could you not start those
coming
guys?
off a fresh bye.
Yeah, how could you not start those guys? The only ones I'm a little having a trouble with is Jeff Wilson Jr., Raheem Mostert. These running backs,
Yes. And I'm also even Gasecki, honestly.
Gesicki too, man. He's doing really well though. He's the tight end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing his thing. He's average.
Yeah.
He's his average Joe Schmo.
There's like only like a handful that are good.
Yeah.
Others are just have glimpses.
Yep. Well, Jeff Wilson carried the ball. What was it? 15 times before the bye. Raheem Mostert 8. So
Right.
this might be a Jeff Wilson Jr. show. So just debating on these carries, I think I like Jeff Wilson Jr. better than at this point.
Yeah, if I had to go with
They're
it,
gonna
yeah.
fade off Raheem Mostert soon.
I mean,
Looks like
I
it.
didn't think Mostert did bad.
No, he didn't do bad.
But judging by just how numbers and statistics are right now, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because if he got more of the runs, I mean, realistically speaking, he's gonna be on the field for more of the time.
I mean, that's what you would think, right?
You would hope.
That's what you would think the outlook looks like that, yeah.
Something like that. All right, let's run over to the Chicago.
Chicago!
And they're facing off with the Jets.
Yep. And honestly, I'm in on Chicago. I've officially bought in on Justin Fields.
I have to.
He's questionable. I see that.
What was it, like an elbow or a shoulder injury or some bullshit?
Yeah, so not entirely sure exactly yet. There's no full-fledged info that I can see on him yet. A lot of people are nervous about starting him. I mean, the guy scored in his. I'm going back as far as week 7 right now.
Okay.
So week 7, 29 points. Week 8, 34 points. Week 9, 53 points. Week 10, 47 points. Week 11, 29 points. And these are against good opponents here.
Was that
We're
Justin
talking
Fields?
about from week 7, New England. Week 8, Dallas. Week 9, Miami, where he scored 51.
Mm-hmm.
Week 10 against Detroit, 47. Week 11 against Atlanta, 29. I like to think that the Jets weigh in about the same as New England. I'm going to guess he gets about the same amount of points, about 29 to 30-ish points.
Good guess. Definitely a good guess. David Montgomery. I'm going to emphasize the
Yavid.
because my man's doing wonderful things over there, especially with Khalil Mack now out. I mean, he scored 22 points last week.
Yeah. And your boy Mooney caught a nice touchdown.
Mooney caught a nice touchy, so we're going to buy in a little bit more on Mooney. We told you that the touchdown was going to come. It's just you got to be patient.
Yep.
He only put in a wide receiver 2 numbers, guys. Now he's gonna, give him that. And he's gonna help you out a little bit more.
I'm sure he's flexed out in your guys'.
Oh yeah, flexed out. He should be started. Especially for the back half of these teams.
Hands down.
Terrible.
But
Chase Claypool, I'm gonna say is a no. Chase no pool.
and Cole Kmet is the reason why what he got last week is why I'm glad I didn't grab him up.
Basically.
He had 2 good weeks though, week 9 and week 10 against Detroit and Miami. Those were good. Those were 2 good plays, but
Yep.
not good enough this week.
Not good enough. All right, let's talk about the Jets really quick. They might be taking a switch of quarterback.
Well, I truthfully I feel like they should have. Joe Flacco should have been the guy when, before Zach Wilson when they came back.
Yeah.
Should have never transitioned out of Flacco. He was on a nice streak. Zach Wilson took over. Yes, they still won, but
Yep, 100%. And
At
if
what cost?
they start him this week and they lose again against Chicago, I 100% agree with the Joe Flacco move.
I honestly think Flacco
Because
goes.
they've been winning so much. All right, you can't just
I say Flacco.
Flock Nation chooses Flockno. Michael Carter, terrible outing, 3.5 points last week. The Jets had
Yeah, it was a terrible for both teams. Really, offense sucked
so
for the Patriots and the Jets. It was both.
Yeah.
There's a terrible offensive front.
yeah, it was.
A punt at the end with 4 seconds. With
Oh
the
my
game.
God,
Yeah,
defense let that up, or special teams, I should say, let that
yeah.
up.
Offense
Terrible.
didn't score at all other than
Nope.
the field goal. So shame on them.
Yep.
I would look elsewhere for starters down the stretch, guys, if you're looking for fantasy value.
Yeah, I know, because especially with Michael Carter, he really hasn't broken, anything crazy except for a 16-point game. But going back to week 6, it was, single digits and a 10, realistically speaking. So Michael Carter is going to be like a no-no for me, especially James Robinson, 7 carries for 10 yards last week. They only used him 7 times. Guys, what the hell are we doing? James Robinson was such a good back.
I know.
I don't know what
and
they're
then
doing.
He becomes a bench player.
I don't know what they're doing. It just boggles my mind. So the running backs are no starts over there for me.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson, I mean, I think he just had an off day. I think he can get back on track.
I think if James Robinson is a Jet next year, he has a better year.
Yeah, easily. He'll come right into the offense more, He'll,
Oh man.
all right, what was the other team?
No, we're different week. So
different week.
we got Atlanta at Washington.
The Atlanta Schmalkins.
Yep, the Atlanta Schmalkins at the Washington Schmelters.
We got Kyle Cripps.
The
My man's on the IR with the cripples.
Yeah, Cordell Patterson
Oh
though.
my God.
Can we talk about
Cordelio?
Cordelio the 5th Patterson? No, I'm just kidding.
What'd he do?
Bro, killed it.
Bro.
Straight killed it. Basically 10 rushing attempts for 52 yards, but then he countered that with a nice 2 receptions for a nice 7 yards. But then he like took something back to the house. I believe it was I don't know what that was. Was it a kick return?
It was a kick return. It was in the end zone. It was I believe it was 104 yards.
Set the record for longest special teams.
And that's his ninth kickoff return.
Jesus.
Over 100 yards.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's
shout out to
wild.
you, Cordell.
Cordell going forward. You got my heart. You got all of our hearts. We love you, buddy.
Yeah, keep doing your thing, brother.
Koo, you're right there with him, kid. We love you too. 12 points. Koo's the kicker. You got to show love to the kicker because the kid's going to fuck you in the end.
Yeah, Falcons defense came up too big last week.
Yeah,
20 points.
Yep.
They did their thing. 4 sacks and an interception. And a pick 6 on that. So,
Yep.
4 sacks and a pick 6 will do it for you.
Marcus Mariota, is he a sit or is he a start?
Ah, man.
Against
Washington?
Washington. Sit or start?
Shit.
I want to say a start.
Start?
I want to say a start. Because he's doing it with his legs. It's not a division game. They're not going to fucking play crazy.
Well, let's see. Have
I
they
don't-
played Washington already?
I don't think they have.
No, they have not.
I want to say Marcus Mariota might be a start, but as far as me saying start-wise, I mean, like, he's going to get his projections. Like, he's projected, what, 20 points? He could possibly get you 20 points.
Do we
I'm
like
saying
20 points is the question at the quarterback play when you're playing up against a guy
And if you're pushing-
like a Mahomes
and if you're pushing for a playoff spot.
or a Jalen Hurts or it's like Jesus, it
I
sucks.
know. Now watch. He's
Or
gonna-
Lamar. And he
Now
gets
watch.
like
He gets me
100
25 points.
Yeah, I
Shoot
know.
me in the fucking face.
But I'm not saying that. I mean, go
I
for
know.
it. If you feel it in your gut, go for it. Don't listen to me.
I like it.
You know what I'm
His
saying?
fantasy's all chance.
It literally is a chance. Like he took a chance. People want to call it collusion. He took a chance. If the guy would have went off, we'd be having a different conversation.
I played two brand new wide receivers, a brand new kicker, a brand new quarterback, and a brand new flex play against you, and I still fucking won.
Yeah. My team.
I don't have any.
was
I don't have the same starters except for my quarterback, defense, and my 2 running backs. Those are my only starters because Tom Brady was on a bye. Fuck Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Hate this guy.
Man.
Anyways, so my starts over here is going to be just Cordell Patterson,
Same.
Koo, and that's realistically it.
On the other side of the ball with the Washington Commanders, though, Tyler Heineke, official starting quarterback, was given to him. He's officially the starter. Carson Wentz, according to Rivera, is okay with being the backup.
I like this move.
I do too. They've been a better team without him. They asked him, Juan Rivera, what took him to get to that situation. It was simple. He said, winning.
He's winning.
And
why would
I'm
you
fine
take him
with
out?
that.
He's winning.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Scary Terry's been going off. This week took a step back from his week before. But other people stepped up, like the defense, like Curtis Samuel, like a Logan Thomas.
Yeah.
Finally.
Even that defense. Yeah, you said the defense. But they all stepped up, man.
Yeah.
They had a really good game.
Now, at this point, you guys kind of already understand on who you would be starting in this thing. I know the backfield's a little tricky. 1 week it's Brian Robinson, the next week it's Antonio Gibson. They're both starts.
Yeah, you
They're
have
both
to
good.
start them both.
And obviously, if you have one or the other, you're starting them, just like if you had Scary Terry.
Yep, you're starting him. Curtis Samuel is like a small flex play. He's like if you're hurt with a chicken wing and shit, you might have to play him. I would say play him. Other besides that, there's realistically no one. Yeah, I wouldn't even trust Logan Thomas.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even trust him on that. Doing all that shit.
Yeah.
But
no, I completely agree.
Yeah. But all right, so let's move on to the next game. We have Denver versus Carolina, and I played the man.
I hate it.
I played the man, and Russell Wilson, man, 15 points.
I'm officially done with the Russell Wilson train. Until he proves otherwise, he's washed.
You know what he did for me though? Cooked up a nice win.
Nah, he did.
Just because he got 15 points. That's not a win. That's not a winning performance for a quarterback.
Hurts me to say that I had Latavius Murray and now he's scoring 18 points and shit. It's
Yeah. Breaking news: they cut and they waived Melvin Gordon, and Edmonds goes on IR with a high
good
ankle.
riddance. I hated Melvin Gordon anyway. He had fumbleitis.
Yep,
and-
that's his 5th fumble of the year, or whatever the time with the Broncos.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Don't care though, because he fumbled when somebody like Jeff Bezos when I played him had him.
Stupid. So Latavius Murray, if you guys don't know, he's going to be on the waivers. He is only rostered in like 34% of leagues. So there's a high chance that in your league you don't have him rostered in anybody's league, and it's a big chance. So your waiver wires are going to drop tonight. You're going to definitely
He's
pick
a
up
number
Latavius
one
Murray.
guy. Scoop up a Latavius Murray if he's available.
Why would
in your
you?
waivers,
Why would
he's
you not?
in ours.
He's a running back number one. Why would you not scoop him up? I don't
Absolutely.
care if it'd be your last place. Scoop him up so that the first place person doesn't get him.
Shit. I
Scoop
would
him
even
up.
grab up, like I said earlier on in this podcast, Samaji Perine.
Pira, yeah, I would do it too.
You definitely grab these guys up.
100%.
As far as anybody else, though, I'm not high on this list about many of them. Not even Dulich.
No,
Um,
I mean you're gonna start Cortland Sutton. You're gonna start him. He's you know. he's a
Yeah, I'm
starter
pretty
over there.
sure. I mean, you're gonna start the guys that you picked at high draft spots.
Yeah, and Greg
but-
Dulich, I agree with you. I agree with you, Zanono.
Yeah, I'm done with this team. I'm
Yeah.
officially done with them until they get a better quarterback. Russell Wilson just plain out stinks.
Let Russ cook. Shut up.
No, he's officially
Shut up.
He just let them ride too far in front of him, and now he can't catch up.
Russ, cook me up some goddamn wins. Cook me up some friggin' points, and then we'll talk, buddy.
Yeah,
Cut the shit.
yeah. Moving forward though, on to Carolina.
Yeah, it's a Fendi. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, they had a game against Baltimore. Straight up, they held Baltimore to 13 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's astounding.
Yeah. Baker only threw for 196 yards. No touchdowns.
Nothing.
He had 2 interceptions, though, but only got 9.3 points. So that's not a performance that we love to see.
Yeah, offense. I'm not even going to go quickly on the Panthers, but they
Yeah.
were terrible on offense. I feel bad for whomever started anybody on this team besides Deontay Foreman. And even if you did, you got 3 points. Good riddance on them as well.
And this should have been an easy performance for the running game.
Absolutely.
This should have been a whole run game. They should have been back on track here. They did great last week. I don't see where they fell flat. It's just a disappointing performance. I'm going to say maybe 2 people are starts. You're going to have to start maybe a Foreman, and I would say maybe
I might even pass on these guys.
I might just say Foreman. Maybe a lock, not a lock, a dart throw.
Yeah.
Terrace Marshall.
My boy
A dart
Aldo,
throw.
your team is just in shambles. They need to do something.
Yeah, Carolina Panthers are terrible.
We're gonna just move on from there because there's really nothing to speak on with this one.
I mean, I don't.
Next up, we got Baltimore at Jacksonville. Now this is going to be a game. I think that the Baltimore Ravens have a bigger bounce back week this week.
I do too.
I think that we look at what got us this far, which was, running the football. I hope that we get back to that at some point. I like Lamar, Andrews, and I like Kenyon Drake.
As lineup locks.
Yeah, as long as Gus Edwards is out, Kenyon Drake will be there as well as Justice Hill.
That's a fact.
So him and Justice Hill kind of play a similar role. They're not run heavy, but I think against this Jags team we're going to be up early, so we might be getting some run games in.
That's a fact. And I like the way he's been throwing this ball recently. So since week 6, he's been going on and off through 200 yards to 100 yards every other game.
Yeah.
This past week, 209 yards. So this next week, it could see a regression against Jacksonville, who's been god awful. I think Lamar Jackson's going to devour the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I think
Easily.
so too. But for some reason we have an act for allowing teams to stick around in ball games that we should be.
Yeah,
in.
coming back in the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
taking third quarter leads.
Like the
We have
fact
to
that
finish them out,
The
Baltimore.
Panthers, a team that's not that good and really did nothing on offense, was
Yep.
able to hold us. So that just speaks for itself, right
Yeah.
there.
How do you like Demarcus Robinson? Do we like him going forward, or? I mean, his targets the last 3 games: 8, 4, and 9.
I mean, I think it was a fluke, but I could be wrong.
He caught 100. He caught 9 for 9. He went 9 for 9 for
I think
128,
if they're gonna double Mark Andrews, somebody is open.
and it's going to be probably either him
Or Duvernay.
I would say Duvernay too.
Like between DeMarcus Robinson and Duvernay is like their guys.
Mm-hmm.
They got James Porsche. He didn't do anything last week, but he is somebody that has not done numbers, but he has caught passes in this offense before, so he's no stranger to it.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy. Deshaun Jackson comes back and gets hurt in his second game, or first game, whatever it was. But yeah. So I like this game. I think Baltimore wins it. I'm gonna flip over. We're gonna go to Jacksonville, and
we're gonna talk about Trevor Lawrence.
yeah. Can we talk about how good Travis Etienne Jr. has been this season?
I'll talk about that in 2 seconds. I just want to talk about Trevi Lowe. Trevi Lolo.
Trevor Lowe.
Trevi Lolo. Got to give him a gangster nickname because my man scored 30 points before the bye. Coming off this bye with Baltimore, he's going to throw the ball a lot. I guarantee this. He's going to throw that ball a lot, man. Especially with Travis Etienne last week before the bye against Kansas City. He only scored you 11 points.
Yeah.
Carried the ball 11 times for 45 yards. So it's like a disappointing performance. But prior to that, he was like last 3 games before that. It was like 20 points, 22 points, 29 points. So it's like, some shit like that. So against Baltimore, they did get new pieces up front, no? Their defense. Didn't they sign people like recently?
Well,
before
the only
trade
thing that did
deadline?
happen is we lost a major offensive lineman. We lost Staley.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
Don't know for how long. That was a major hit. We're not gonna see this on here because he's a lineman. But unfortunately, that's gonna play a factor on our offense.
100%.
This Jacksonville defense is gonna be coming for us.
Well, I hope the secondaries are ready because Trevor Lawrence is throwing that ball.
Yeah.
He's throwing it, especially to Christian Kirk, who before the bye had 9 for 105, 31 points, man.
He needs to because these receivers have been not averaging as high as they should be.
Nope.
Marvin Jones Jr. came over from Detroit, was supposed to be do big things, did nothing. Zay Jones also did nothing.
Last week he did something though, but then
Yes.
prior to that he did nothing. So that was just a flash in the pan, we think.
Yeah, Christian Kirk has been the guy, and Etienne Jr. has been the runner, and Travis Lawrence has been the QB.
Yep.
Everybody else just plays a Singletary role.
Yep.
Maybe they'll do something, maybe they won't.
All right, let's run over. Oh, so we like the Baltimore Ravens in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, we just have to pick it because I like your game, your team. All right, so we're next going to shoot over to the Chargers.
The Chargers.
And no, I was going to say the Raiders, but
Like,
I was about to. And they're facing the Arizona Cardinals. Justin Herbie, beep beep. Sounds like a fucking. Sounds like a car.
Yeah, Joshua Palmer surprised their enemy and literally went off over Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. If you would have told me that before ahead of time, I would have told you. Ha!
I wouldn't. Yeah, no. To me, Joshua Palmer was a no-go. Keenan Allen was starting. Michael Williams was starting. Mike Williams got injured again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A
lot of cues on this team. Joshua Palmer's probably going to have another big week. A lot of cues over here.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler definitely has must start. You already know this.
Must start.
And Keenan Allen's a lock.
Yeah, 100%.
As far as anybody else, though, I would say nay. I mean, obviously, if you have the possibility to start Justin Herbert, start him.
Yes.
But those are my musts.
Yeah, 100%.
Moving forward.
Arizona Cardinals.
Man, I mean, they better have a bounce back week because I think when just last night's game was terrible for them.
Oh my God. Well, let's just say Colt McCoy didn't have a game at all.
No.
He got eaten the fuck up.
Yes.
So they need Kyler Murray to get his ass back on that field.
Rondell Moore gets a reverse first play of the game, loses 5 yards, and leaves the game, and that's all. And I needed that.
So we played each other last night, and he had one guy left. He had Rondell Moore. I switched out Kittle for the tight end over there. I forgot whatever the fuck his name was. My shit's loading in, so it's like not taking forever. But nonetheless, Rondell Moore first play gets hurt, and he needed 4 points for the win, and I ended up taking it because my guy got like 2 catches.
Yep.
And yeah, it was collusion. Everyone's saying it's collusion. You know what? Fuck it. It's collusion.
Yep, it was collusion.
Collusion.
Yep.
Fuck you guys. It's collusion.
Yep. Bravo didn't want to win the money. He didn't want anybody to win the money, so collusion.
Collusion.
Rondell Moore basically is Rondell no more.
Rondell no more.
Injury. I'm probably not gonna. He's probably lost the starting spot for me because of that.
Rondell no more.
Yeah. His train for me is over. He did his job. But as far as this team, DeAndre Hopkins, John Connor,
Killed it.
line locks, they definitely killed it, and they are my 100% locks. As far as this game is concerned, I think the Chargers don't win. I think Arizona takes this.
Oh,
And
really?
If Kyler Murray plays in this game,
You
Cardinals
say-
win.
If Kyler Murray doesn't play and
if
Colt
he-
McCoy does it,
Then I say that the Chargers win.
I like that go. But I say the Chargers win either way. I think the Chargers have to take that. They need this.
Yeah, they need it.
They got to stay relevant out there.
Yeah, they need it because of San Fran.
Yeah, 100%. San Fran's a tough team in the division. Oh, all right. Next on the ball, we got the Raiders and Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, can we talk about this team really quick? Because,
Crybaby Carr.
yeah, Crybaby Carr is Crybaby Carr.
Crybaby Carr. He's not. He
No.
wasn't crying too much in points, but they did lose. I'm pretty sure last week. So he
Devontae
wasn't crybaby.
Schmadams. Nah,
The walk-off touchdown.
Yeah, he's nice, man.
That was so dirty, bro. How do you leave a guy open so big, so like? How do you leave him open like that? That's crazy.
Josh Jacobs takes a nice step forward after regressing from last week. He had 8 points in week 8, then went week 9 13, week 10 24, and then week 11 21. So a little bit of a regression, but we like the general vicinity and where it's at, and I like it. Devontae Adams catching that chuck though for the walk off was just great. I loved it.
Absolutely filthy.
Not sure though as far as anybody else I would be completely in on. 100% line locks people, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, but you know this.
Yeah.
At least you should if we're at this point.
I would almost maybe say Carr because they're gonna have to throw this, having to deal with Seattle.
I can't, man. I physically can't. Who do they have
It's
remaining?
just because the only reason I say start Carr is because the way he's throwing.
So they
this
got
ball.
Seattle, the Chargers, the Rams, New England, Pitt, San Fran, KC. They do not have an easy way.
He hasn't
the rest
thrown.
of
He
the
hasn't
way.
thrown for under 25 times since his bye week, and it's gotten progressively worse from 20s to high 30s.
What
now.
has he done? Has he played any of those teams that he's about to play right now?
Houston,
in the
New Orleans,
past?
Jacksonville, Indy, Denver. Houston, New Orleans, Jackson. No.
And what? Not at all. And
hold
if he
on.
did, what did he
played?
get?
He played the Chargers. He got 22 points. He Rams, Seahawks. No. New England, Pitt. No, he didn't play any of them either.
Yeah, two
San Fran-
AFCs.
So yeah, he only played that and he got 22 points. But still, it's just because he's throwing the ball so much. He's getting 259 yards, 249,
Yeah.
300 yards over the past 3 weeks. So it's like he's throwing that ball, man.
Yeah,
They have to. Devontae Adams is just he loves it. But anyways, let's talk about the true upcoming story here with Geno Smith, man.
Yeah.
Coming back, having a miraculous season, throwing for 275 yards before the bye, 2 touchdowns. Geno Smith, I love him. I say start him this week.
Yeah, I like Geno and I like Kenneth Walker
Yep.
and I like DK Metcalf and Lockett.
Yep.
I like all 4 of those guys. I would start all 4 of those
Yep.
guys.
There's not much realistically you really want to say because there's not anybody fighting for any spots here. There's no crazy things. Noah Fant. I mean, again, we don't really talk about him or defenses too much, but I wouldn't start him. Defense. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's why, either way, 4
Thanks,
lineup
Dom.
blocks, and that's pretty much it. We just love this team. I think they win anyways.
Yeah. I think they're gonna win too. Hands down, I think they beat Las Vegas.
100%. All right, let's talk about this next team. We got the Rams, and then going up against the KC, coming off that big win with Travis Kelce throwing that heady. But we'll get to that in a
Bryce?
second.
We got Bryce Perkins. Stafford's still out. I think that this game is going to be good. Not sure what we have in store for Cooper Kupp. Don't know what the timetable is for him.
Nope.
I know he's on IR. They have not really. He's expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks after undergoing surgery. Damn.
Yep, that's a fact.
Damn.
It's gonna be tough sledding for them.
He's
They're
gonna
not
be a
the
while.
same.
He's not going to be back for a while.
They're not the same. So this team, I mean,
Yeah, they're definitely not the same. Allen Robinson might have been a pickup
yeah,
from last week, but he really didn't do what he what you wanted him to do.
And the same
14
thing with
points.
same thing with Van Jefferson. I thought he was going to come out and shoot some, nothing.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams coming off that IR, running back. He's going to be eating into Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, with the quarterback uncertainty, I would be looking
I would stay
elsewhere
away.
for starters.
If
If you
Cam-
have to, you have to.
If Cam Akers was Cam Akers, I would say that's the only one. But he's not Cam Akers anymore.
No.
So I would probably stay away from this whole entire team.
Absolutely.
Especially, well, hold on. Hear me out, though. Kansas City defense, though, this is the only stat I realistically know. Kansas City's defense is like bottom 5
Need more.
in air targets. So you can really throw on the Kansas City Chiefs. Their secondary is hurt. So if you want to chance this, man, I know it's playoff pushes and everything. Allen Robinson or Van Jefferson, man.
Not with Bryce Perkins as the quarterback. Not with him as the quarterback. I have to unfortunately disagree with you because Bryce Perkins brings a bad vibe to the team in the sense, not that he's a bad player.
I just like
I'm
the
not
risk.
giving not because
I like the risk and the reward.
I just don't know if the reward is worse, if it's worth it, because
It's high risk, high reward.
you're going in with complete uncertainty. There is absolutely little to no film on this guy.
No.
And we have no idea what he's capable of. I mean, or lack thereof.
True.
You know, my guy had 8 points, and he
Yeah.
played. Came in at a played a whole half of football.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't really know.
Okay.
But I'm not a fan.
No. All right. So sometimes we disagree. It's all right. It's what we have to do. We have to talk it out.
Yeah.
But what we're not going to talk about is we're not going to be in the disagreements that Kansas City is going to lose this game, I hope.
Yeah, I want them to. I mean, I
You
really
want Kansas City to lose?
I really want Kansas City.
Oh,
to
shit,
lose.
we're in disagreement because I think they're going to win this week.
They are gonna win.
Patrick Mahomes, you just can't fuck with him,
They
bro.
are gonna win.
39 points last week. Travis Kelce had a hat trick.
Yeah, Kelsey is officially the best tight end in football.
Bro, crazy.
Hands down,
Crazy.
best tight end in football.
Best tight end in goddamn football.
Yeah.
The kicker was the third highest player
From
on his team.
before and after, Travis Kelsey the best.
Yeah, 100%.
I hands down don't think there was any tight end that was better than him.
No. Travis Kittle is like 300 yards close to him in like receptions. So he's like the second tight end out there. But Travis is just, he's out there, man. He's out there. He's gone and out there. Isaiah Pacheco, I like him.
Pacheco,
I like him. Start him up. Give him the keys. Let him ride you into a fantasy fucking, into a playoff run. Hopefully you love that.
Hopefully you got the belt around your waist.
Hopefully. Hopefully we're leading into a win. Sky Moore, Justin Watson, flashing in pans.
Is he
Look
a
at
must
him.
start?
That's the only reason why he's on this wall. He's the best.
Is he a must start?
Yeah. I think the wall has spoken.
Yeah, let's ask him.
The wall has spoken. Okay. That was enough of that. All right, let's run into. Actually, let's talk about our lineup blocks really quick. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Pacheco, and do we have another?
No.
You wouldn't do the defense?
No.
No. All right.
Although it would be a good choice. Not saying that it would
Against
be a
the
complete
Rams?
I do. I
Because
think
it's rookie quarterback.
if
They're
that-
gonna get to him.
yeah, they're definitely gonna stumble him, bro. And I know they know that they're gonna try to disguise blitzing coverages where they look like they're dropping back, but then they're blitzing safety. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a good game.
You're gonna see a couple sacks on that defense.
100%. All right, let's go to our next game here. We got that is not it. It's New Orleans Saints versus the San Francisco 49ers. I believe this is our last 4 o'clock game in the slate of the Sundays.
The Andy Daltons.
Yup, the Andy Schmoltons. Do we like them? Against San Fran? No.
No. Last week did 30 points. Not bad, but this San Francisco team is complete and they are ready to go. I think that it's definitely going to be a nice football game between these two guys.
I do too. And who I think is going to shine is Chris Olave. Yay. Because this man is scoring 21 points for the goddamn team.
Absolutely.
Bro, take this man. You're starting him. You're starting Kamara.
Between him, Landry, Kamara, and Jawan Johnson.
I was
and
going to
Dalton.
say, even Landry showed out with a little 12 points.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what his projections were that week, but I'm pretty sure they were somewhere around like 10 points.
Yeah, Jawan Johnson got a nice touchdown too, so that's nice. He went for 3 receptions, 4 targets, 47 yards, and a touchy.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, you definitely love that.
Yep, 100%.
But as far as locks, I would just pretty much lock Kamara, Olaf, possibly Landry if I needed a guy.
I would almost lock Juwan.
Juwan Johnson's a must lock.
I would.
I mean, he's not a
I
bad
would.
lock.
He's not a bad lock.
Not a bad lock. If you lock him, you lock him.
Yeah, I would do it.
I was talking about guaranteed lock, Kamara, Olaf.
Yes.
The other two, yes, you can start them.
Juwan-
Not saying don't start them.
That's Juwan Johnson. He's outside the lockout room and he's trying to get in. So you can
Yeah.
let him in if you want. I might let him in.
If you have like a Mark Andrews or a Kelsey or somebody that's
obviously,
along
don't be
those
dumb.
lines, yeah, then don't.
Don't be
but
dumb.
If you need a Juwan Johnson, not a bad look.
If you're sitting here starting a Conklin, or if you're starting here sitting a Gasecki, or you're sitting here starting fucking whoever, Heimerschmidt, whatever the fuck his name is.
Hammersmith.
Baby, basically. I'm all fucked up with the words.
I rotate my neck.
Yep, gotta crack that bitch up once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Oh.
Yeah,
Anyways,
so-
Jimmy Jizzle. That was weird.
Jimmy Jizzle.
Jimmy Jizzle. What'd they call him? What'd they call him? They called him Himmy Garoppolo because that man is him. Himmy Garoppolo. Oh my God, it's Himothy. Himmy Garoppolo.
I'm friggin' done.
Himmy Garoppolo. We love it. Himmy Garoppolo is gonna he's gonna have a great game against New Orleans, man. They're definitely gonna use this ball. He threw for 20 for 29 against Arizona.
Yeah.
228 in the air. He only ran for like 3 yards.
Yeah.
But he's not a running quarterback. So Jimmy G, he might be a lineup lock for me. Kittle, lineup lock.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey, Debo. I mean, Ayuk. These guys have been. I mean, all of them.
Yep.
Have been doing good.
Yep.
And I you know what? I'm not really a fan of Kittle, and I could totally see why you didn't want to start him.
Yep.
I could completely understand it.
100%.
Like looking at the numbers here.
Yeah. Bro, he got 3 point something, and then I was like, fuck this. And I had to pick, I was like, nope, I'm picking up a new tight end, and I'm going to start him. And I picked him up knowing that Donald had Hurts, and I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Grabbing him, because there's a spiteful move, and I wanted to play him. And guess what? It worked out. I won. So either way, I worked the waiver wire.
And then fucking, and Ayuk did his thing, you know, with the deep attack. He ran a sick route in last night's game, was just insane.
Yeah,
Christian
he definitely
McCaffrey
did.
was killing it.
Christian McCaffrey's taking over the number 1 role now.
100%.
They're not splitting
Bye-bye,
carries anymore.
Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell fell off. Christian McCaffrey went for 7. Elijah Mitchell went for 5 carries. So
Brian Womack,
basically
777.
777. What?
Who is that? Brian Womack.
Was it a TikTok thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that was because I logged in onto my TikTok on here.
Started following Brian Womack.
Word.
So it's funny.
So yeah, your lineup blocks: Timothy Garoppolo, George Kittle, Debo Yesumo,
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Down the stretch, these guys are going to be doing good, and their defense.
Yeah.
Defense is a must start as well. They're in the top.
Yeah, 100%.
So, on the other side though, oh wait, is it a different game?
Yep, we have a different game. We are going to break it into our Sunday night game. Green Bay Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Prime time delight, baby.
Green Bay.
Green Bay Packers were hurting because they just got, I think, didn't they get beat up on?
I mean,
I forgot who they played.
we got.
I don't know if they got actually beat up. But
nah.
Philadelphia's hungry, man. They're coming out, they're hungry. They want this win.
So, they lost, or who'd they lose to last week? Pretty sure they lost.
Yeah, who did they play last? Because I'll be able to tell.
Tennessee. That's when Derrick Henry ran over him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how we don't even remember the scores, but we remember, Derrick Henry ran his ass over last week.
Yeah, well, because it's 30 points. I just know he did. Yeah, Christian Watson been a star-studded rookie stud of this team.
Yeah, man.
Not sure if he was the answer, but he's definitely been proving himself worthy.
Yeah, especially during the later stretch, man, when, some of your wide receivers get hurt and everything, you might need a little pick-me-up espresso. And Christian Watson definitely could be that, man.
Yeah, A.J. Dillon took a little bit of a digression, a lot of a digression at 3.9.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones, though, 15.2, killed it.
Love it.
Alan Lazard, though, at a 10.7.
Yep.
You know, he didn't really do, between him and Christian Watson, this is going to be interesting now with the two of them, because I want to see, like, the production.
Yep.
You know, Christian Watson, 21 points, that's great. You know, and then you add in Randall Cobb.
Yep.
We're starting to get some sort of, a feel here on who the starters will. I like it. It's building error. So
100%.
see what they got.
100%. So your lineup blocks this week, Aaron Rodgers. Let's talk. Is he going to be a lineup block?
I mean, for some, yes, but not for me.
Not for you. Christian Watson lineup block.
Yes.
Aaron Jones lineup block.
Yes.
Lard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lineup block.
I mean, I'm locking him.
Ugh.
I don't know if you're locking him.
I don't know if I can lock him.
I have no choice.
He hurt my friend, so I don't know if I can lock him.
I literally have no choice. But
I got my friend's back, so you hurt my friend, and you're dead to me. So
yeah.
Alan Lazard's been hurting my friend.
Like Rondell Moore hurt.
Stop hurting my co-host.
Hurt me.
Stop hurting him.
I'm fragile. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, let's turn this ball over to the Philadelphia Eagles, where they're looking to beat up at home
On the New York Times. No, I'm just kidding.
on the New York, on the Green Bay Packers, on the New York. No, that's actually next week.
On
I
the New
believe
York
they face them.
Packers. Miles Sanders, wherever you went, can you come back? Can you come back, buddy? We need you to step up. I hope you run all over the Green Bay Packers.
Paging Miles Sanders. Paging Miles Sanders.
No Boston Scott this week. Miles Sanders.
Bow.
Please.
Bow. We need you, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay. Jalen Hurts. He's going to be my lineup block. He's
Your lineup block and
been
everyone's
phenomenal.
lineup block.
He's
I'm
been
pretty
phenomenal. Yeah, he's been phenomenal.
Sure.
Devontae
He
Smith.
is rostered in 99.5% of
He
leagues.
better
there's-
be fucking
there's
rostered in 99.5.
0.5% of leagues that he's not in.
And that's crazy.
How is that even true?
How?
It should be like
100% of leagues.
Yeah.
You need a quarterback.
So how is he?
What are you in, a
Not,
4-man league?
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is it? How do you get a 99.5?
Stupid. I have no clue. They're assholes. Anyways, Devonta Smith, he's going to be a lineup block for me as well. Quez Watkins, big flex. I don't even trust this man.
Big Papa
I
Flex?
don't know where the hell he came from. But we should hopefully see A.J. Brown come back and get some more love because we know to see.
Yeah, what's up? Because I know he hurt. He had someone like a little bit of an ankle hurt injury, whatever. But since week 9, pretty much he got 15 points, so he went back down from his Super Saiyan status.
Yep.
And then week 10, 1 point.
Good reference.
And then 11 points. Week 11 got 9 points. So, Green Bay's a little bit more laxy-daisy on defense. So, I hope this opens the floodgates for the run ball. So,
Yeah.
I don't really care about the passing.
No, not too much. So who do you think wins this game?
I'm going Philly.
I'm gonna have to go Philly too.
Yeah, I think you have to.
It's inevitable. Philly is gonna take the Soul Stones and they're gonna bring their asses to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen. All right, let's talk about our last game of the evening.
Certainly.
Our Monday night game.
Bow, 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 bow. Down, 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 down. Wow. That was so official. All right, that was dope.
Pittsburgh and Indianapolis. Let's talk about them.
Oh, man. Can we talk about the young, wild Kenny Pickett? 23 points from last week. He pretty much just said, here, Najee Harris, take the ball. I need your help. I can't do it myself. And Najee Harris put the gauntlet on with no stones and collected the stones throughout the game and got 29 points and snapped his fingers.
Well, when you're Kenny Pickett, and you're throwing the ball 42 times and only connecting for fucking 25.
It's ridiculous.
But you're throwing for 265 and you catch one touchdown? Yeah. You better give the goddamn ball to Najee Harris because obviously something's wrong, bro. You can't catch half your fucking balls. Give the man the ball, let him run it. That's why we love Najee Harris, bro.
Nah, he's too busy. Kenny Pickett's too busy catching balls in his mouth. That's what the problem is.
Yo.
And he needs to make sure that he's, instead of doing that, he's sharing it and making sure he's giving it to everybody, because this shit is ridiculous.
So Kenny Pickett is going to be a fucking no start for me.
Yeah, because I have no tickets to the Kenny Pickett show.
Hey! Tickets to the Pickett show. We don't want that shit.
Nah, hell
Get
no.
that out of here. That's what I'm talking about. Pat fucking Fryermuth.
Oh my god, but I'm all in on
like
Pickens and Fryermuth. I
like
do like these two, man, and I think that they're the only two that I would lock.
Yeah, he's connecting so much more with Pickens, and they're throwing the ball a lot more.
Yeah, I'm a
obviously,
Pickens
but-
Fryermuth lock.
Yeah, Pickens,
Najee,
Fryermuth lock. Najee's a lock, and I might take this
Deontay?
defense. I might take the defense.
Steeler D.
I might take the defense against Indianapolis this week.
Yeah, where are you gonna take the D?
That's
I had
crazy.
to-
I said crazy. You hit me with the what? Oh my god.
Yeah,
All right.
but on the other side though, because Pittsburgh is just horrendous, and I hate even going over them. It just like, oh, boils my blood.
And you know who else is pointless?
Who?
This goddamn Indianapolis Colts
Yeah,
team.
because we're gonna look at this team and say just Jonathan Taylor, only Jonathan Taylor. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but
JT and
yeah.
Michael Pittman.
Matt Ryan's a no. He got you 13 points last week. Paris Campbell's like a deeper flex.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you could do it, but you really don't. It's like when you're at a club, right? And you see this beautiful girl from across the bar, and you're a little tipsy, and you walk over, and you're like, "Hey, what's up, beautiful lady?" And you get so close to her, you smell her, and she smells so good. Then your buddy comes over, and he's like, "Bro, what are you doing? Get away from that!" And it's like Shallow Hal. It's like you want to love him, but you can't.
It's like, but her personality is good.
He's like, take off the pen. He's like, whoa. He's like, oh shit. That's Paris Campbell, bro. He's like my Shallow Hal. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. Even Alec Pierce, I really had high hopes for him. I thought he was going to step up, but he didn't.
No.
So as far as this game is concerned, I think it's a Pittsburgh Steelers game.
I think it's
especially
a
with the
game.
return of T.J. Watt.
Yep. I think it's a pick game. That's right.
Or is it J.J. Watt or
No, it's
T.J.?
TJ.
Yeah, it's TJ.
Yeah, the other one's on Cardinals. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say that I wish the fantasy gods, the best, but thank you for screwing me, fantasy gods.
Yep, they screwed him hard. So, with that being said, we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
This is
happy
our
Thanksgiving,
show
guys.
Before the games. We will be hopefully showing the Thursday games. If not, sorry for that. We'll catch you maybe Sunday. You guys can also check into our YouTube links, our LIFFT links. You can go to the Instagram, wherever you're catching this, and somewhere down in that bio there will be the links for all of our websites. So you guys can also catch us on any one of those for all the updates. Is there anything else you need to put in?
Nah, man, that's good, man.
And we're all done here. This is LIFFT. I am Robbo the Finest. This is Brian the Finest. Baby, we're out of here.
Deuces.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving, hope.
Later, guys. Liddy.
Hope everything